Hi everybody, Carrie Scroggins from KDS Insurance Services down in Texas. And I wanted to post this message today because I'm seeing some things transpiring in the marketplace in Texas and in a couple of other states. And I just wasn't sure if everyone was aware of what's going on. Probably not, because that's what I do for a living. And the trends that I'm seeing are pretty unsettling and can definitely make a difference in what goes on with your insurance. So I wanted to do a video today about some things I'm seeing, in particular in the Texas insurance market. It has been a long-standing rule that if you let your policy cancel for non-pay continuously or repeatedly, that you're going to run into a risk of the insurance company not willing to reinstate your policy. That's sort of always been the norm, but there's always been an opportunity to work with an individual underwriter to, explain what had happened and then get what we call a no loss statement, where you as the consumer are willing to say that during this time period there's been no losses, and so we'll pay the amount of premium that's missing or behind, and we'll make this statement, and then the underwriters will reinstate your policy with no lapse in coverage, or they will reinstate your policy with a lapse of coverage, but they'll reinstate the policy. That is the key here. What I am seeing now is that if you or I as a consumer give an insurance company any reason to not reinstate your policy, whether that's non-payment of premium, non-response to memos or questions or underwriting issues, if there's any change in your risk, meaning they find there's title differences between who owns your car and how we have the insurance written, these are now all reasons that insurance companies are using to not reinstate your policies. Okay? This is a very, very volatile insurance market in Texas right now. If you find a carrier and the carrier has a good price, right, and you're happy with that price, you need to make sure you are doing everything as a consumer to ensure that that policy renews. Okay? Meaning pay your bills on time. Make sure that you're responding to any requests for information. Make sure all the information is correct on your policies. Do not give these carriers any reason not to give you a renewal. Okay? Many of the carriers are just flat leaving the marketplace, which is hurting all of us as consumers because we have less to choose from. Okay? When we have less to choose from a carrier perspective, and I'm talking about less companies to choose from, then the price of our insurance is going to continue to go through the market, through the roof. 3 years ago, there used to be, for me, I used to have well over 10 to 15 carriers in the state of Texas that were willing to write auto insurance, and I had double that on the homeowner's side. I have 50% or less now of the amount of carriers that I had 3 years ago, because our market in Texas is so volatile. Now, I know a lot of other states are similar, but Texas is fast approaching the same situation that happened in New York, Florida, and California, which is really scary. I had a client the other day and I was quoting their insurance. They were paying, it's just a staggering amount. It's absolutely a staggering amount of money. $15,000 a year for their home, their auto, their boat, and a motorcycle. $15,000 a month. That's over $1,000 a year. Sorry, that's over $1,000 a month for insurance. The market in Texas is so bad, and I am really afraid of this. I've been doing this a very long time, 44 years this year. I'm afraid we're going to get to the point where the state's going to have to step in, and we're going to end up in the same situation as those three states, California, New York, and Florida, where there is what we call a state pool, where the state, then you apply to the state, and then the state goes to whatever carrier is next in line and mandates that that carrier accept your insurance. Now, the key here is that the price could be absolutely astronomical, but state law says in every state, if you have a vehicle that is licensed for the roads, or if you have a lien on that vehicle, meaning you owe a bank money or anybody else money for that vehicle, you are required from the state to carry liability insurance, because you've got to protect, the state has to protect the public from you running into them and causing serious damage or death from a vehicle. And the bank wants to make sure that they get paid. So you could seriously be facing astronomical pricing for insurance if we can't figure out a way to turn this around. And truly, the only solution that I see is our general election next year. We have to take back control of our economy, guys. We have to. I don't care who you support, whether you're right or left or middle or whoever. Next year, for our national election, next year, our election has to be based upon financial credibility and a background of showing that they can balance a budget, that they know what it means to have a functioning economy. We don't have a functioning economy right now. It's going to get to the point soon, very soon, where consumers are going to have to decide, am I going to insure my home or my cars, or am I going to eat? Because those two entities there, besides your housing, is two of the biggest expenses that we pay every month, our insurance and our food bills, behind our electricity and our homes. So it's getting there very fast. It's going to get to the point where consumers are just going to have to say, I've got to do one or the other. I'm either going to have to eat, or I'm not going to be able to insure my vehicles and my car. And that is not a good situation. So please, if you have a policy and you are happy with that policy, do not give the insurance companies any reason to not work with you, or not offer you a renewal, or not reinstate your policy if you have failed to comply with the billing and underwriting set forth in that policy. It is a huge deal, and it is becoming very difficult for me and other agents to give you another choice. That's a really scary thing. That's why I'm an independent agent, so I can give my clients choices. If we don't have choices, then we're stuck, right? We're stuck with whatever we can get, and we don't want to be there. We just don't. I hope this helps you. I hope it's informational. Please, if you have any questions and you need to speak to somebody, I will make myself available. You can reach me through all my social media platforms, KDS Insurance Services, or you can go to my main landing page, which is my name, Carrie Devlin Scroggins, and I'm happy to help you. I really am. We all got to stick together. We got to get through this. We've got to get through this very trying time in our nation. Stick together and help each other. It's the only way guys, we're going to get through it, is to come together and work together for the better of all of us. This is Carrie from Texas. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday wherever you are. God bless. Stay safe.